Hello boys and girls, this is Mrs. Wagner. This is art class and it's week 6 of school. We are going to talk about shapes this week again and how to draw things using basic shapes. Most things we can draw starting out with shapes and then adding some details. Today we're going to draw 2 owls sitting side by side on our paper. So you're going to want to look at your paper and have it wide. You can see I can't get all of my paper on this picture at once. I'm going to work on half of my paper to do the first owl, and on the other half I will put the other owl. I found a ribbon reel or spool that I found in my classroom, and it's about 3 inches wide. I think that's about as big as I want my owl's head. So I put it down on half the page and I'm going to trace it. That will be my first owl head. That is my owl's head, a circle. His body is going to be an oval. Now, your oval could be skinnier than mine. It could be fatter. It could be shorter. You don't want to have it too much taller because it's going to be needing a branch to sit on. So I'm going to have at the bottom of the paper, I'm going to put a line where there's going to be a branch. I could put it right here. It doesn't have to be a perfectly straight line because branches are from nature and I've never seen a perfectly straight branch. We also are going to put feet. So I think half of a circle would be good. So I want 2 side by side. And then I'm going to do there's a bottom half of the circle, some triangles. We could pretend those are the claws. So we've got half circles for the feet and triangles for the claws. I like to erase any pencil lines. Like you wouldn't see that line if it was a real owl. I also need to put wings. Like this is the belly of the owl. I want to put wings. So it starts right where the oval and the head touch. I'm going to start a curved line and another one on this side. A curved line. It's like they're wings that are tucked. And I probably shouldn't have put that line where the branch is because now I have to erase it. Now I need to do a shape for the eyes. I like to have big owl eyes, 2 side by side. I'm hoping I'm making it big enough. And another circle in the middle. And you could even do another skinnier, like a little bit bigger circle around. That was a little tricky, so take your time, go slow. And then a triangle nose. A triangle nose looks like a beak, doesn't it? I want some ears. Now, I know some owls don't have ears that you can really see because their feathers kind of hide them, but I kind of like those owls that have ears that stick out. So we're going to do a half a circle for ears. And I don't want them exact. I like to have one up a little bit to make it not perfect because really every owl should be a little bit different. So that is one owl. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Put my circle, that's where I'm going to trace, my tracer. I'm going to put that around the same place. It's a little bit higher. That's okay. I'm going to start with the ears this time so I don't forget them. So my half circle ear there. Maybe I'll do the eyeballs this time again. Big eyeballs. I kind of really like that extra line, so I'm going to do that again. So I can do that now, or I could do the little one inside. It doesn't matter which one gets done first. These eyes are a little bit closer together, see? That's all right. Okay, triangle nose, pointing down to look like a beak. There's his face and his head. Now I need to do the body. I think I better make my body a little bit bigger. I was getting confused by that branch line. Shouldn't have put that branch line in there, boys and girls. Now we're really crooked. throwing myself off with that branch line in there. That was silly, but that's okay. We learn from our mistakes, even somebody as old as Mrs. Wagner. Now, we're going to do the wings. Remember, they start where the circle for the head and the oval for the body meet. Right there, make it curve out, kind of like a curvy half circle. And I got to have my little feet. So half a circle on the bottom, half a circle right next to it. And I want to do my little triangles at the bottom to look like claws. Now, erase that. I got to erase that. That drives me crazy. Because I wouldn't be able to see through his feet, so I wouldn't see those lines. So there, I'm going to finish putting the branch there. And I want to have, I kind of like having it up there a little bit, so it looks a little bit like a real tree, because real trees would not definitely have perfectly straight lines. So this is what we're doing this week. Next week, we will talk about lines, adding lines to our owls to look like texture, like to look like his feathers. So we're going to work on this today. Please, it's going to take a little bit to trace and draw both of these owls, two owls. Now look at Mrs. Wagner's. They are not exactly alike. No two owls are exactly alike. Some are a little bit shorter, some a little bit bigger, some eat a few more mice and they get a little bit chubbier. So both owls do not have to look exactly alike. Please take your time and draw these two owls. Next week, we will look at a video on different lines and how we use them in art to create patterns and texture to look like feathers. And we will add the lines for our texture and then we will paint them. Or we could just use crayons or colored pencils. Thank you very much, boys and girls. Have a nice week.